This is my reading of Genes. Our underground laboratory, while hidden, since it sits intentionally in plain sight. At least our surface cover does. The nursery has had many overhead and surface surveillances, but we are still invisible. Our high-tech defense and camouflage experts shield us from the most penetrating eyes. Our exterior alternative energy enterprises cover seems completely normal in the New Mexico desert. Using sun and wind to power a new tomorrow, our logo reads, though we might say use AEE for your solar panel or genetic freak needs. Better yet, try our monthly special on solar power generating genetic freaks for all your backyard needs. That might become an actual task for me at a later date, assuming I am still here. Once a fun-loving student seeking life secrets, I am now a repeatedly resourceful, remorse, reclusive, repentant recoverer of resplendently refreshing, recreated, recombinant DNA and RNA. But what the fuck am I now, other than a resolute repeater of RE prefixes? Is my life theirs or mine? Certainly theirs. I've gone too far. I'm too deep in. Being a child of the 70s, recreational drugs were a hobby, an enhancement of that period. Enlightenment or addiction, your choice. Loved coke, the Stones, and sex. Still do, but my love has no place now. My more recent addiction of the last years is at our government's and my own expense. I get my addiction itch-scratching wonderland. Every day I get my fix, seeking yet another high for today, and a more intense one tomorrow. These highs do take their personal price. They cost my identity. My family and friends believe I am dead, and my future without escape is dark. I know too much, though discrediting me is easily done. Disposing of me is the most efficient, and oh how the military likes efficiency. They have that power to erase or to remake as they wish. I doubt I would be worth the time to this machine that chews the marrow of our souls. I'd find my humanity slowly fading, but my desire remains. I'm a creator, a magician of genes, one of the numerous modern-day wizards that have tapped the dark powers available. Source being unimportant, the manipulation of life, a fix I must satisfy before my time is over. The first were smaller and less complex. The glowing cats and dogs were a fascinating child's trick. Our manipulations of mice intelligence and pigs with human organs still weren't enough. My military directives were initially focused on applications for spiderweb strength. We realized the idea of spider goats could be a good diversion for the media. How harmless can a spider goat sound? Not very. Though the genetic ratios and their locations were critical, the media result was comical, though they showed some truth in the deception. We have been told the public must be shown in order to give their rituals true power. That was my last chance for freedom. I waved that the fuck goodbye for my Dark Wizard diploma. Splicing spider genes with those of other arachnids seemed easiest. Increasing size of the spider and its strength with scorpion was too easy. The puzzle of arachnid size limitation due to their inefficient oxygenation system also easily solved by enhancing their protein enzyme and increasing its receptor sites. That was 5 years ago when my house of horrors began. The 3-foot spiders have now become my friends. Foreign, the emotionless eyes coldly reflecting some alien's intelligence within. I have spliced human brain cells to these arachnids. I use the term loosely as they have 8 legs but are now part mammal, fish, and plant. Our intelligence test shows an IQ of around 50. Their ability with web and dexterity more than a match for our most up-to-date drones. Frankenstein's story, a kindred search in creating life, gives me solace. I am not alone. Others have thought or wished to travel my path. Alone but not lonely, my desires seek more releases. My spiders, a good achievement, were noticed in higher military circles and more funding flowed to us. In due course, chameleon but high IQ dogs were no problem. Flying scorpions, dolphins with great white structure and aggressiveness, another step. Imagination, subjects, and time being my only limitations. More difficult was the alteration of an existing being. That took some time, but through virus hosting replication we solved that issue. This was actually done years before prior to CRISPR gene editing, but it had unforeseen side effects, leading many human subjects to zombification. However, in some Successful cases, we had true X people, though the military had these chipped and maintained a ruthless index. They either work or die. This is not my own world, work or die. Though I love my work, so I work. I also get what I want when I want. Lobster tail dinners, top shelf cocaine, mine for the asking. The only drawbacks are no hookers here in the nursery. Once a month I get a weekend out for such endeavors. Oh, and my family and friends believe I have died. A late night car accident and a fire thereafter, incinerating all but my dental records. A convenient end and a new beginning. The first human experiments gave me many lost nights' sleep at my on-site housing unit. Some were military volunteers, others seemed homeless or drugged and unlikely to be missed. Did they have loved ones? Would they be missed? How would they respond? Were they here by their own wishes? These subjects were first tested for natural aptitudes, those with high aggression and low empathy being ideal for military endeavors, those with less apparent military usefulness being more or less my playthings. The females were the most valuable, their eggs being harvested and frozen. Men's sperm also was frozen. Our kitchen is now ready. Today's special is alien DNA interlaced with cockroach, fly, and avian gene combination plate. The best and worst we mixed and matched in our true test tube babies. In the beginning, we tried artificial insemination, though the results were too incompatible with the mother's DNA, causing miscarriage or death of the mother. Both options being too inconvenient. I watched and I worked my magic, yielding unseen wonders, creating beings that use sonar and humans capable of scaling any surface while surviving various extraplanetary extremes. These New Age children, though, were still very foreign in appearance and upraising. They stayed mostly isolated, being given a resident mom, which the surviving women were allowed. The task was not without risk, several mother figures being eviscerated by their offspring or surrogates. Others seemingly lose the bit of sanity they had retained. However, we do have several mutant success stories in the basement with a graduation to Area 51. Of importance to me were the simpler experiments enhancing rabbit and mouse brains to near human intelligence. Due to their speedy reproductive cycles, we were able to amass many subjects and correct many flaws. Some seem to notice me, while others not. I have also improved most immune systems, as earlier phases often died from tumor formation. Still, lifespan is unsure. The DNA alterations sometimes causing later unexpected breakdowns or further mutations causing aggressive cancers. But the freak show telomere testing and other genetic marker exams show positive signs. Thus, the show and I get to keep the fuck going on. Working on adult subjects, the changes induced are more risky. The virus uptake killing the host in 1 of 4 cases. Here I found her. After her conversion, her strength was vastly improved, coupled with that of a chimp. Her endurance was from the range wolf. Her cerebral cortex had a stem cell bath and genius upload with a cloud interlinked implant. Weeks after her conversion, her physical and mental abilities were off the frickin' chart. She also noticed me even though I was behind my one-way mirror. I would often notice her seeming to sense me. This woman also altered or increased her beauty. Her scent distracting me, not really a perfume, but something primal, pheromones most likely. Must test for that later. Another day, my thoughts on the woman were distracting me. I call her Lily or Lilith. She has good verbal ability, though her agility, combat, and night sight gives her many advantages. Beauty and the Beast in one. I am reluctant on performing too many exams for now, or she will be reassigned. I slow her observable progress. My current project deals with the interesting topic of rejuvenation and gives me an excuse for less attention on Lily, thereby keeping her here longer. Returning to my chambers, also on site, I walk through the halls using the retinal scanner to exit the underground maze. Laying on my bed, my laptop riding my one-pack, I continue my thought process on telomere extension gene links. In turtles, the gene is isolated, but how is it to be inserted? Virus insertion has failed. I asked Callie, my home monitor, to reduce lighting and temperature and play Enya. I smoke a joint, top shelf US government weed. Now relaxed, I set the laptop down. Sleep will come, and with that, more ideas. There is a sound, a gentle rattle beneath my bed, or is that a dream? My buzz still present, auditory hallucinations likely. My head nods, and again to sleep. Another sound, that of scurrying under my bed. I am alert. My pulse shoots up. I try to rotate, to twist, but I am tightly bound. My eyes see my plight. Thick strands of milky white have me encased. Enough tension for my breath, but little more. My mouth is also covered, though my head slightly flexed shows me my supine nightmare, or I am just too fucking stoned. Bad trip, but had one on shrooms years back. My inhalations come rushing in through my flared nostrils. My chest tight but capable of minimal expansion for breath. Fuck no. My eyes focus against my will to my fear. Breath comes yet quicker. My chest a rapid vibration of panic. Three of the gar spiders eye me closely. 2 lay across my legs, and the largest has legs on both the bedside and the floor. Their many eyes reflecting slightly in my nighttime adapted vision. The room's mild night lighting showing me too much. Closing my eyes, I feel the pressure as legs meant for crawling and military endeavors now test themselves on my flesh. I feel the steps coming headward. I feel weight on me as something sprawls upon my flesh. My eyes open slowly to my cleverest of arachnids, Jumper. He stares as they do, alien and cold into my soul, mandibles thick, long, and horribly sharp, mere inches from my face. Its long hairs prickling my skin painfully. Its front legs taps repeatedly and rapidly on my head. Fuck no! Giant spider water torture? Lord, no, I beg forgiveness. I know the beat, it repeats like in the lab, the Morse code alphabet, the letters repeating, A, D, A, D, A, D, A. I thrash, my heart pounds, exploding in my chest. A deep breath greets my needy lungs, heart pounding, light shines in through our windows. My daughter is in the doorway. Dad, is breakfast ready? I am hungry. Mom is shopping. My senses settle, my heart rate dropping from about 300 beats per minute to a now mild tachycardia of 150. My daughter looks at me thoughtfully. Dad? Bad dream, Dad? I give you kisses, make it all better. She bends down, her blue eyes looking loving into mine. Thanks, sweetheart. I'll be right down for breakfast. I reply, no more Netflix, Resident Evil before bed for me, as I head downstairs, iPad in hand. The end.